Every morning I eat one of those mini multipack cereals, but to save time and washing up, I pour the milk straight into the packet.
David's team. One of the mini variety pack cereals.
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
Are you often in a rush of a morning? Why are you needing to save time, please?
What I don't enjoy doing is washing up, and I've taken a sort of stand. I bought a dishwasher, and my wife doesn't like dishwashers, so she insists that I wash everything up.
Wow.
What is it about dishwashers that Mrs. Jupp objects to?
Yeah.
She objects to the noise. She objects
Oh, they're so noisy, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's like a pneumatic drill in the corner of the kitchen.
If you have a problem with some of my wife's opinions, you must take this up with her, Rob. She objects to the rise of the machines.
Does she think that the dishwasher represents the thin end of some kind of robotic takeover wedge?
No, robotic takeover wedge is the very phrase, David.
Yeah. Where does she stand on the Hoover?
That is not how a Hoover operates.
Miles, what are the cereals you get in those little boxes?
This is the test, isn't it?
Well, you get Frosties,
Good
Rice
stuff.
Krispies,
Nice.
Yep.
cornflakes, Crunchy Nut cornflakes, Cocoa Pops.
3 more to go.
What's your favourite?
If you don't get this right, this last one, it'll be Cheerio to you.
That reminds me. Hula hoops. What are they called? No, Cheerios. And then it's actually on a rotation, so there will be some swaps. You don't always get 8 separate.
Can we trouble you for a full mime?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You've got a little box of Cocoa Pops there.
I draw up the inner bag and I open it like this carefully.
Yeah, draw
Nice
out its little underwear.
You've given away a lot there, David.
So I pour the milk into the bag, and then I eat the cereal, and then when there's a little bit of milk left over, I pour that into my mouth.
Meanwhile, his wife sat in the corner weeping.
Do you find no problem of sort of sloppage between bag and inner cardboard?
Well, if I spilled something, I would get some sort of disposable material, such as kitchen roll, and wipe it up and then drop it straight into the...
You don't find that something sort of leaks down, a bit of sticky goo, in a way that would be displeasing to someone as tidy as you?
No,
This is like C-3PO talking to R2-D2.
I don't have any breakfast time seepage issues.
Well, when you've been married a while, that sort of stuff does tend to tail off. What do you think, truth or lie?
Well, what's clear is that Miles is... Well, Miles's wife is Amish. He's not accepting of her religious views. Yeah. And that's very, very sad. What do you think, Stephen?
I think he's thrashing about and drowning in a lye soup.
What are you thinking, Miranda?
Because it's so ridiculous, I'm veering towards the truth.
You think true?
Yeah, why not?
You think lie?
I think a lie.
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie? OK. Miles, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling a... lie.
It was a lie. Yeah. Miles doesn't pour milk straight into cereal packets to save time. Right. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So, please welcome this week's special guest, Mike. So, Barry, what is Mike to you?
This is Mike, who is one of the 3 kings who came to visit me at Christmas.
OK. Miles, what is Mike to you?
This is Mike. We were once told off by our neighbour because our snowman was using up too much snow.
Right. And Lee, what's your relationship with Mike?
This is Mike, and last year I ordered my Christmas turkey from his farm, but I never got to eat it because I formed an unbreakable bond with the bird.
So there we have it. Barry's Christmas king, Miles's fellow snow hog, or Lee's turkey trader. David's team, where would you like to begin?
So, Barry, your story is unclear at the moment. Are you saying that you're the baby Jesus?
No, it was Christmas, and 3 kings visited me.
Kings, what countries were they king of?
They were not kings in the regal sense at all.
In what sense were they kings?
In sense of their name.
Their surname was King?
Yes.
I get it now. Suddenly it's more plausible.
Here we go again. What are the names of the three kings?
Yeah.
Mike.
Phew!
Tony.
Tony King.
And Dennis.
Dennis King.
Dennis King.
It's a very warm memory I've got of them visiting. I was in hospital.
They visited you in hospital?
Yes.
Can we ask the nature of your hospital visit, or is that too personal a question?
Oh, there might be people eating and watching this.
There won't be anyone watching it, but there might be people eating.
I was bandaged up extensively.
Like a mummy?
I was. That's true.
You were bandaged all over?
Yes.
But you don't think it appropriate to say why?
Well, if you insist. I didn't
Yes,
use
we
it.
do.
Eczema.
Oh.
Happy Christmas time. Happy Christmas time.
Happy Xmas.
Right, what about Miles?
OK, Miles, you and Mike were making a snowman together.
A neighbour was very cross with us because our snowman had used too much snow.
Set the scene. Where were you making the snowman?
Northampton.
So you live in Northampton?
No, I don't live in there. Mike lives in Northampton.
So...
And I was staying in Northampton.
And why were you staying with Mike?
Yes, because he rents rooms to actors.
So what was the play you were doing in Northampton?
It was called The Way of the World.
Right. And you were staying with Mike?
That's right, yeah.
How did the topic of building a snowman with this relative stranger
Say relative stranger.
I
was staying in Mike's house for 2.5 months. What would happen? I would go back to the digs after the show, and Mike would often still be up and say, "Oh, I've just opened a bottle, and do you want a glass?" So I'd sit and we'd chat about how did it go, and I'd say, "Oh, Mike, it was another absolute triumph." And,
so you got to know Mike, and then one day it snowed, and Mike said, "We're friends now."
And at that point, words weren't necessary. You both looked at each other. Come on, Mike.
So that it snowed.
Yeah.
And who brings up the subject of building a snowman?
oh, well, Mike smokes, so he would go outside on the doorstep, and one
That's
day
when he noticed the snow.
Well, he hadn't looked out the window at that point because I was telling him theatrical anecdotes, so he was absolutely riveted. He would have no reason to look anywhere other than straight at, whichever part of my body I was using to tell the story.
Which parts of your body can you use to tell stories?
He's a proper actor. He tells stories with his whole body.
It's not just neck-up cynicism.
But so Mike hadn't noticed the snow. He went outside.
He said, "Do you know it's snowing?" And so I wandered out, and I was like, "Oh wow, I haven't made a snowman for ages." And we were talking about making snowman, and I said, "You know that thing when you start rolling snow and you can make a snowman really big really quickly because you roll it and it starts picking up." And I started demonstrating.
But only if the snow has already lain and you said it's snowing. Thank you.
Yeah, but how?
I think what you're underestimating, Miranda, is the length of Miles's anecdote. So it starts snowing, and then the anecdote finishes. It's about 6 feet of it.
Now it seems more plausible.
Yes. Yeah. Right, and then what happens?
I used the snow from probably about 3 or 4 houses. I've used all that snow to make one enormous, ridiculously large snowman.
And then what happened? Because then there was an altercation.
When I ran out the house the next morning, a chap that lived like 2 doors down said, "Did you know who built the snowman?" I said very proudly, "I built the snowman." And he said, "Well, you've used up all the snow, haven't you?"
Does this house have a back garden?
It does, but the back garden has multiple, lots and lots of locks, whereas the front one, you wanted a cigarette, so you just open
Why did he have so many locks on his back door?
Well, because people are more likely to break into the back. You must know this. People are more likely to break into the back of the house than the front. Yeah.
Now then, Lee's story.
Lee and your bird.
Mike sold you a turkey, is that right?
No, I went to his farm to choose a turkey, but I never got to eat it because I formed an unbreakable bond with that bird.
And it's here tonight?
What was the nature of this bond?
I went to the farm in around about beginning of November, and you choose your bird. And then I was driving past again, and I thought I'd just pop in, you know, have a look at my bird. And so he showed me, and that's when I had a proper look at it, and it looked back at me. And there was something about the look that that he gave me that just made me think, I don't want to kill him and eat him. So
Did you immediately feel that?
No. This was after we'd had dinner, and it was about the third day, I think.
So what did you do to save the bird's life?
I said to Mike, change of plan. I will take it home.
What did you have for Christmas dinner that year?
We had turkey, but not that turkey.
So did you say, I'll take him as a pet,
and I'll kill
that one, chop its head off?
No,
Because he won't give me the time of day.
Where do you keep a turkey?
In the first place, in the shed, I cleared away all the sharp implements.
Bit of potpourri in a bowl.
If you're not going to take my story seriously, Stephen, I don't want to talk to you.
How did your wife react? She was expecting...
Well, she, as you know, lives in the shed as well, so she was... She wasn't happy, and she said, I think it's time I made a move into what she calls the house. So I let her in the house.
What did you call the turkey?
Istanbul.
Istanbul. Why?
It's in Turkey.
Turkey.
Right, so, David's team. Is Mike Barry's Christmas king, Miles' fellow snow hog, or Lee's turkey trader?
I'm all about Miles.
Yeah.
In every way.
I think it's Barry.
Do you?
Do you?
Do we think Lee is definitely not...
We think Lee is definitely not true. So you think it's
Family
Miles?
I think it's Miles.
Stephen's saying Miles.
Sometimes I'm saying Miles, sometimes I'm saying Barry. I'm confused.
It's Barry.
You say it's Barry. OK. Mike, would you please reveal your true identity?
Yeah, I'm the Mike King with the 3 kings who visited Barry on Christmas Day.
Yes, Mike is Barry's Christmas king. Thanks very much, Mike. Thank you. Which brings us to our final round, Quickfire Live. And we start with... it's Miranda.
I will not get out of bed on Christmas morning until I have smoked a full cigar.
Oh. What age did this start?
About 33.
What made you start?
Well, when I was giving up smoking, I smoked those thin cigars. So I thought, well, that's not really smoking. And then when I properly gave up smoking, I thought this should just be... It was a Christmas and birthday treat.
How long does it take you to smoke the cigar?
About 6 months. And then start on the birthday one. Always got one on the go, but great to have given up smoking.
Do you smoke the whole cigar?
Smoke the whole cigar.
And how long does that take?
A couple of hours.
That's a lot of puffing.
You're still in bed.
Still in bed.
So you have the cigar ready the night before, and the little match and everything. You're ready to go.
No, we have stockings in the morning, so we all then huddle around my bed.
Oh, so the family and the friends have to come to you, to the base of the bed, and then no present opening till it's finished.
Have you by now slipped into the Christmas onesie, or are you still in your negligee?
Negligee.
Yeah, we're all imagining, because there's nothing more arousing than a woman lie down and smoking a big fat cigar.
Yeah, exactly.
I prefer a woodbine girl myself.
Merry Christmas, Lee. Can't get out of bed till this is finished.
So what are you going to say, then?
What do we think, Barry?
I've got a 100% wrong record on this current
It's time for a change,
It's
Barry.
time for a change.
Whatever you say, we're going with.
I think it's true.
In fact, it's a
You
lie.
think it's true? Is that what you're saying, Lee?
No, opposite no. What do you think?
I think it's true.
Oh, you think it's true?
Yeah.
You both say true.
I'm going to say true.
Well, I'll go with my team and say it's true.
You say it's true. OK, Miranda, the cigar, Christmas morning, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Oh.
Yes. One of my best friends at school was a little man I'd made from a slice of toast that I always kept in my bag.
OK.
Yes, true. Next question.
What was his name?
Tim.
Tim Toast.
In the toast, man.
How did you make him?
I cut him. I actually
With
figured it
scissors?
in myself.
Scissors or a
certainly-
knife?
Scissors.
Scissors. So you got a piece of toast, brown or white?
Good question.
Brown toast. Was he buttered?
No, he wasn't buttered. That would be stupid, David.
I was thinking maybe you make yourself a piece of toast, you butter it unthinkingly before you say, oh, no, that was the one I was going to cut out and make a friend out of. And now, unfortunately, I've buttered my friend, but then my friend will be more buttery, which is good. The fats in the butter would help preserve the friend from the mould, which will otherwise develop, which is going to be the central part of my next question. How long did Tim last before he rotted? And what did you feel when you saw Tim, who you'd created,
I stopped listening
rotting?
about 10 minutes ago. What are you asking me?
I'm asking what happened about the rotting of Tim.
I don't remember a rotting.
How old were you when you made Tim?
7 or 8.
And how old were you when you stopped being interested in Tim?
29.
And what did he do, Tim?
Did you never have an imaginary friend? He was just...
This wasn't an imaginary friend. This is a friend that just happens to be made out of a piece of toast.
Did you make him, you know, in your own image?
I do remember designing big legs because I wanted him to be a fast runner like what I was.
Where did Tim sleep?
In the toaster?
I mean, did you take him to bed?
All right, then, David's team, I think you've heard enough.
What do you think, Gloria?
I think it's true. I'd be very happy to make a small piece of toast friend.
I think true.
I don't know, so I'm happy to go with true, yes.
You're saying it's true?
I'm saying it's true.
OK, Miranda, is it true or is it a lie?
It is, in fact...
Well done. It was a lie all along. One of Miranda's best friends at school was not a little man that she'd made from a slice of toast.
Well, it makes sense now.
A little man who lives in a woman's handbag is both the plot of a charming children's story and grounds for committal to a psychiatric institution. Our next round is called The Ring of Truth, in which I read out amazing celebrity facts, and all our teams have to do is decide whether they're true or not. What could be simpler? Lee, take a look at this. David Beckham gave a copy of his own autobiography to Nelson Mandela as a Christmas present. Now, is that true?
What would Nelson Mandela do with a colouring book? Give it all for it.
It's more like to give him a football or a shirt, though, wouldn't he? Or something like that. Or a pair of boots.
But he's 90.
He could always...
What's he going to do with the boots? He's with a football.
Can you do David Beckham? Can you do his voice?
I can do that sort of thing, yeah, like that.
Could you do it then? Could you do it now? Could you do
I'm doing it now.
For Nelson Mandela's 90th birthday in 2008, David Beckham sent this message. Mr. Mandela, I'll do it nicely. I'll do it as Sean Connery.
Do it as Ronnie Corbett or Terry Wogan.
Ronnie Corbett!
Terry Wogan. Do Frank Spencer.
The message went like this.
Rob, I think you probably safest tell us first who it is, you know, and then we'll know.
I'm not going to say who it is.
Yeah.
I'll just say he's a bit of a tit, OK? And then you go with it.
Oh!
Mr. Mandela, happy 90th birthday. Sorry I can't be with you, but I'm sure you'll have an amazing day.
Lee's team, what's your guess?
I think it's not true. I think he gave him something else, but I don't know why I say that.
I reckon that's true.
Truth, lie. I'm going to say... truth.
You saying it's true?
Gripping the desk, man, for goodness sake.
It's all right.
It's a panel game.
That's not the desk.
You're saying true? Yes, it is true. David Beckham did give a copy of his own autobiography to Nelson Mandela as a Christmas present, as if the man hadn't suffered enough. Not so much a long walk to freedom, more a short walk to the bin. So at the end of that round, David's team have 2 points and Lee's team have 2 points. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Owen. So, Miranda Hart, what is Owen to you?
This is Owen, and he stopped me attending his yoga classes because I couldn't stop laughing.
Right. Lee.
This is Owen. He's a professional juggler, and he's teaching me to juggle.
Right. And Clive, how do you know Owen?
He is my builder, and in fact, he was working on my roof once and fell through it while I was watching television.
My word. All right. David, where do you want to start?
Right, Clive, what was on TV?
What was on TV? I'm afraid to say it was Richard and Judy. And this wasn't really embarrassing. It was daytime telly. Owen I've known for quite a while. He's done a lot of building work for me, and he used to make fun of the fact that sometimes I was at home, and I would say, well, I explain I was working. And sometimes the television would be on, I have to explain, oh, well, I'm watching the television because I'm researching something.
So as he came through the ceiling, you shouted, "There's an item on Inwit Justice coming on!"
What was he doing on your roof?
My roof is a nightmare. So I've had endless time with builders on the roof, including Owen. First it was his father.
And he fell through.
No.
And his father before him, and his father before him.
He was pulling up the lead or the zinc that forms the valley gutter and was standing on the slates, and unfortunately that created a hole, and his legs came through, and then eventually, of course, brought down the whole ceiling, eventually.
OK, Lee.
Yes?
So you're looking to develop more showbiz skills?
Correct. What made you think juggling? My 4-year-old son went to a children's party and said, I saw a juggler today. I wish you could juggle, Daddy. Oh. And I looked into that little boy's eyes and I said, son... I said, son, if you want to see your old daddy juggling, you know. So, how many lessons have you had? Well, I look over at Rob and I see that he's got balls on his desk. And I would, thank you.
I'm not doing that one.
Oh?
Oh, 4. Well, what about the 7 clubs? Why did I do that, Rob? I've had 2 lessons.
Surely you ought to get Owen to do the juggling.
Him? He's a builder.
I'm actually...
I've only had 2 lessons, so I'm just learning the basics at the moment.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I admit it, I'm only throwing 2 this one in the hand. He's not a very good teacher.
I mean, basically, we've learnt absolutely nothing from that, because if Lee did know how to juggle it, he would not now be juggling as well as he could.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
So what about Miranda's claim?
OK.
What's so funny about yoga?
A couple joined our class, and they just got engaged and they wanted to tone pre-wedding, and they were very earnest. And that's when it started going wrong, because they were what made me laugh a lot.
What was it that they did that was...
Well, the first thing was that when they did positions, they looked into each other's eyes quite earnestly, and I found that very funny.
Right.
And then another time, we were doing the sun salutations. I don't know if you're aware of yoga. And Owen said, "and into downward dog," which was always amusing anyway. And the woman did the biggest fart. I would have got myself together, I think, there. But the fiancé, he said very earnestly, "and there she blows."
OK, we need an answer. So David's team is Owen, Miranda's ex-yoga teacher, Lee's juggling coach, or Clive's tumbling tradesman?
I don't believe that Lee would just have juggling lessons just so he could look his son in the eye. I completely believe about Clive's roof.
Is there many male yoga teachers? That's the other one I'm going to throw there. It seems a little bit of like a girl's job.
It's like the first time you've ever been out of the north.
No, it does.
Is there such thing? It's because it sounds to me like homosexuals.
Do you know what? You always do this when I'm on the show. You're from the north.
I thought I was from the north till I met you.
OK, I do need an answer, chaps.
Well, shall we go with Clive, then?
I think so.
Yeah.
So, you think that it's Clive's roofer, Owen. Would you like to reveal your true identity?
I am actually a professional juggler and I've been teaching Lee.
Dvid Mitchell! Look at these go! Look at these babies! There's the full shower! Like that! There's the big finish! Look at that! What about the kid side of things?
My kid genuinely went to a birthday party and came home and said, I saw a juggler, it was the best thing I've ever seen. I wish you could do juggling, Daddy.
Oh.
That's the kind of man I am, girls.
Yeah.
So if anyone's up for it...
I have to say, when you hear things like that, it just adds to the mystery of why the social services took them away, doesn't it? Yes, Owen is teaching Lee to juggle. Thank you very much, Owen.
Every time I shower, I must adhere to my strict system for drying myself.
OK, quick as you can, what's the system for drying yourself?
Well, I always use a towel.
Weird eccentric.
Well, actually, I don't start with a towel. I sort of brush water off this arm. I can do that 20 times.
With your hand?
With my hand.
Yeah.
And then 20 times that one.
Do you dry yourself between your legs with your hands?
No, I don't, Richard.
Is it like an OCD thing where it is 20, or is it roughly 20?
Oh, it can be multiples of 20.
You're not serious.
Yeah, so like 20 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
We know what 20 is.
Yeah. And then the same on that. And then 30 in the hair.
30 in the hair.
And then I go. And then I think if I'm ready to move on to the towel phase, I think I've done the arm and head thing. It's towel time.
And when did you start doing this?
In the last 2 years.
When you reach for the towel, are there any other oddities, or do you basically then proceed in what we would refer to as a conventional drying manner?
Well, I get the towel and I do 50 on the top of the head.
Right.
And then this is quite a new development, actually. Probably within the last...
The whole thing is quite a new development.
No, but this...
You clearly had some sort of breakdown a couple of years ago.
So now it's 50 on top and 50 behind, whereas it used to just be 50 on top.
What was it about your drying policy before this point, 2 or 3 years ago, that you considered inadequate?
I was getting to a lot of towels.
How much moisture do you hold?
I am unbelievably absorbent. You, one could wring me out like a sponge.
Have you tried that? Because that might be a more efficient way of...
I don't see what it is about this system that is hard to believe or understand.
I don't like it.
No.
Don't do it.
If this turns out to be true, it's going to be a tense evening.
Do you or have you ever washed your car by hand rather than going through the drive-thru or something?
No, never.
No, really?
Never.
Never?
You're the most middle-class man I've ever met. You've never washed your own car?
I've been through the rolling one.
That's not the same, Miles. Getting the coin and putting it in the slot does not constitute manual labour.
I've only had a car for 3 years. Maybe that's why this started.
Yes, did the purchase of the car coincide with a new shower policy? Having seen the car go through the roly thing that for some reason you don't know the name of, even though the name pretty much creates itself. That's right. You sort of think, I want to create my own domestic version of this with my hands.
I don't... Yeah.
Do you have a little sign when you go into the bathroom that says, stop? Once you get... Do you edge forward, waiting? Stop. And you've got to do it quickly, because you know things are going to beep, beep, and you've got to get out again. So, David, it's time to take a guess.
What do you think?
It's truly horrible. But I want it to be true, and I'm an optimist in life, so I'll say it's true.
Yeah.
I can't go with that. I mean, if it is true, then it's really disturbing and frightening and all those other things that you scare your kids with.
My instinct is that it's a lie.
OK, you're saying it's a lie. Well, Miles, were you telling the truth, Miles, or were you telling a lie?
It is true.
Yes. Almost unbelievably, it's true. Every time Miles showers, he must adhere to his strict system for drying himself. Please welcome this week's special guest, John. Right, Miles, first of all, what is John to you?
John and I were paid to fight together in a supermarket, dressed as gladiators.
Kate, how do you know John?
This is John, and when I was in Africa, he and I dressed up in a pantomime giraffe costume in order to get close-up shots of giraffes in the wild.
Lee, what is your relationship with John?
This is John. Despite being total strangers, we were once forced to share a bed when we were double-booked into the same hotel room.
David, where do you want to start?
Well, maybe with Kate, because what I'm reluctant to believe is that the best way of lulling giraffes into a false sense of security is to try and disguise yourself as a giraffe, because I reckon a giraffe, it takes one to know one.
He thought that if we dressed up as a giraffe, then he could put the camera on a kind of periscope thing up the neck of the giraffe and get that evening shot of the giraffes against the sunset. Yeah. Now, you said very astutely that it takes a giraffe to know a giraffe.
Yeah.
If we tried to do this in daylight, it would have failed completely, because giraffes have extremely good day vision, but their night vision isn't very good, and that's why we decided to try it.
Why is it then necessary to disguise as a giraffe at all? Why not just take a stepladder?
They are not completely blind. They're just not necessarily going to worry too much about whether you're made out of polyester or real fur.
Do you just show us how you did this? How it works.
Would you like me to do that with John?
Lee would be the perfect partner for this.
Lee, if you come...
He has a look of the wild about him.
Here.
Kate's going to demonstrate the whole giraffe doppelganger with you, Lee.
So you are in the front, OK? You need to stand about there. And actually, could you three stand up and all just be giraffes in the wild with the sun behind you?
Yes. OK.
Do you ever get the feeling she's mocking us?
OK, so you've got this big giraffe costume on, and it's got a kind of pole up the back as its spine. You have got a camera on a pole poking out of the mouth of the giraffe, right towards them, OK?
Right.
I am behind you.
Kate, at what point do you say action?
I've got the laptop here.
Right.
So I'm checking the focus and saying to John, OK, you're nicely framed up. That's looking lovely. There was a
By the way, I'm a meerkat.
Excellent. You're doing a very good job. No.
All right, well, I think that's made it a lot clearer. Let's say a big thank you to our giraffes. But most of all, a big round of applause for our meerkat. Right. Who would you like to question next?
Yes, Miles. You had to dress up as a
gladiator.
A gladiator?
Yeah.
As in a Roman gladiator, or as in from the TV show Gladiators?
A Roman gladiator.
So it's the sort of sword and sandals?
Yeah, breastplates.
What sort of gladiator were you?
We each had a sword and a shield, and we did battle.
And this was in a supermarket?
Yes.
Were you employed, or was this just...
We were in...
Or a distraction technique, so that someone else could steal biscuits.
Some cakes.
We were promoting a range of foods.
fresh lion meat, you know, the usual.
We were promoting a range of foods, the Viva Italia delicatessen range. I don't know if you remember when Safeways rolled that out. We would have this fight, and then one of us would die, or be beaten, be vanquished, and the other one would say, oh, how did you get the strength to beat me? And you'd say, from aisle 7, where I've been feasting on the Viva Italia delicatessen.
What about Lee? Lee, remind us, what is your link to John? I've forgotten.
This is John.
Yes.
And we were once forced to share a hotel room together, or share a bed in a hotel room, because we'd been double booked.
So, where was the hotel, Lee?
The hotel was in Scotland.
OK. Do you want to be more specific than that?
OK. It was right in Scotland.
OK. Be more specific?
More specific?
Yeah.
I was at Aliskye.
OK. Oh, yeah, fine. I believe you. What were you doing?
I was at a wedding.
Yeah, when was this wedding?
9 years ago.
You came back from the wedding, so
I came back from the wedding.
Got to the hotel.
I've had a bit too much to drink.
Right.
I go to reception. I say hello. I'm. Well, I'd have to say. And
9 years ago. Yes, you.
But so I told them who I was. She leans round. She gives me the key. I go upstairs. No lift.
Right. She doesn't in any way go, by the way, there is a large man already in this room.
No, obviously, she wasn't aware of the mix-up. Otherwise, she would have stopped me, wouldn't she? She didn't... As I walked off, she didn't go... What? Nothing. You'll see.
So what happened? You were given the key by reception and then opened the door and he was in there?
Correct.
At which point you said...
I was a bit drunk, so I just assumed that there'd been a mix-up, wrong key, I was in the wrong room, so I just went, oh, sorry. And he went, and I sort of...
He said what?
He went, oh, sorry. You don't mock him, wait till he opens his mouth in a minute. Rob says, come on, who are you? And he goes,
Then you go back down to reception to say...
I said, you've given me the wrong key.
Yeah. Then she said, sorry, there's been a mix-up.
Been a mix-up, and she said...
You're going to have to go back in there.
I was in the right room, he was in the wrong room, but he checked in earlier on, so it wasn't her mistake, it was a mistake earlier on by somebody else.
Why didn't you investigate the possibility of sharing with the person in the other room?
Oh, yeah. What I did was I went round all the rooms, and I went... I don't think so, do you? You're looking at it, soldier.
When the two of you realised that you were going to have to share a bed together, did you have a kind of a negotiation?
I have never been to bed with anyone where negotiations have been involved. That's not completely true. But,
no, what I mean is, did you say, for example, I like to sleep on this side of the bed? I'm happiest on the right-hand side?
Before we even got to that point, we both tried to not sleep in the same bed. I didn't just go, what the hell are you doing? I'm going to sleep on the left and you can sleep on the right. Good night.
Right, so we need an answer. What do you think?
I really don't know. Whatever we say, if we get it wrong, we'll look like we've believed something ridiculous. I don't believe that the best way of photographing giraffes at sunset is to disguise yourself as a giraffe. Just two actors fighting in a supermarket. But why? If you're pushing a range of sort of Italian delicatessen foods, are you going to imply that they give you gladiatorial strength?
Well, it's strength to kill somebody.
That's not what people are looking for in that kind of, in a nice bit of pastrami. But will it be able to give me the strength to murder?
And also, don't you think that John looks like the kind of bloke you would bump into at a Scottish wedding?
See, I know it sounds weird. I kind of believe Kate's version more. Yeah.
You think Lee?
I think Lee, yeah.
I think Lee. But what if it's Miles then? Then that's awful. It's Miles then. We're going to say Lee.
You're going to say Lee, the wedding, the bed, the night together. Yes! So, John, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm John, and I was once paid to fight Miles in a supermarket.
Yeah, John and Miles were paid to fight each other in a supermarket while dressed as gladiators.
It's a horrible, stupid game.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you.
I always test the temperature of my bath with my ear.
There we are, Lee.
What's wrong with the conventional elbow?
Well, two things, Hugh. Firstly, it amuses me to test it with my ear. And secondly, I'm a big fan of the bath and I like to get it right and I think it's more sensitive. I sometimes test food, the heat of food, by my ear as well.
Could you mime the process of how you put your ear in the bath?
No, it's simply a question of kneeling at the bath, and I have quite high baths.
How high from the top would you say the water goes?
Well, probably about that much.
Right, so you're kneeling down. Kneeling down,
Yeah.
and then
you can bend away all the way over to get your ear in the bath without...
Look, I'm quite tall, and I just get there quite
bendy as well.
I'm bendy. Hi. I'm tall and bendy.
Add some credibility.
This is when you put my mobile number at the bottom of the screen.
So, I'm guessing like most normal people, you like a little bit of bubble bath and stuff. So you're basically leaning over, you're going in headfirst through the bubble bath. You're going through it, wait, and then suddenly you've hit it. Oops, it's a bit hot. You've come up. Your face is full of suds, yeah? And you go, well, I'll add a bit more coal to that, and then you sit there and wait with your frothy face. Is that what we're expected to believe?
Lee, do you usually have a bubble bath? I didn't have you down as a bubble bath type.
To be fair, David, you probably didn't have me down as a bath type.
I can tell you that he's got an open fire in his bathroom.
Yes.
Really?
And sometimes Miranda will come round and I'll say to Miranda, I'm not sure if that fire's too hot. And she will...
Do you have one ear that's more sensitive than the other? Is it the left, right, always the left, right, always the right?
Always has to be the left because of where the bath is.
Are you right-handed?
Yes.
That'll make sense, you see.
Do you face away from the tap?
I'm left-handed and I would go in with the right ear, you see.
I'm right-handed, but I would go with my right ear because of the way my bathroom is. To go with my left ear, I'd have to be turning my back to the taps when I did it, and I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. I want to be able to see that, because ultimately the taps are responsible for the temperature, so I want to be able to look them in the eye while I judge what they've done.
You know those taps haven't actually got eyes, that's your reflection, don't you?
Yeah, no, I know.
What are you going to say on this one, Lee? What are you thinking? Is she telling the truth?
Honestly, Lee, the physics of this are all wrong. If you're kneeling, it's your hips that you bend from. Otherwise, your whole spine would have to be able to go over at 90 degrees.
No, because it's genuinely really easy to do.
Can you just kneel down and show us roughly how it works?
It's literally... So say the bath is...
Can I be the bath?
Where's...
I'll be the...
He's the bath. Just say this is the water. That's quite low down.
That's convenient, isn't it? That perfect height.
No, but it's not.
I can adjust it. I'll be the bath. There's the water. Oh, a bit of ear. Got me.
That was very well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done. OK, Lee.
What's your answer?
Do you know what? Until she did that, I didn't believe it, and now I do.
I do as well now. What do you think, Rufus?
Yeah. Still think it's a lie.
Do you? Ooh, I'll go with you and say that's true.
True. OK. Miranda, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
It was a lie.
After a visit to a school fete, I had to tell my neighbour their cat had been run over, while my own face was painted like a kitten.
Lee's team.
Oh, please be true. Please, please. You were at the school fete as what? As a dad, or were you working on the stall doing the face painting or anything? Or were you
there was a sort of shift, so I did help with one of the stalls, but I was also there just as a parent.
What was the stall you were helping on?
Bric-a-brac.
Bric-a-brac?
Bric-a-brac.
How did you find out the cat had been killed?
Because it was killed regrettably close to our house.
What kind of cat was it?
A tabby cat.
And how was it killed, sorry?
Unfortunately, it was a truck that shouldn't have been... it was one of the very... not just a normal-sized lorry, a very, very long lorry that should not really have thought that it could drive around those streets, but was attempting to, and it flattened.
So you actually saw the lorry flatten the cat, and then you had to go and tell the neighbour?
Yeah.
I feel like this is the truth, except for the part about the truck and that actually you killed this cat.
What was the cat called?
She was called Jenny.
Jenny the cat. Jenny.
What was the owner called? Tiddles? In a horrible name mix-up, they started calling each other by the wrong name.
If you want to find fault with someone's cat naming logic, you've got to have a go at my neighbours.
Well, they're grieving. Let's leave them out of it.
Yeah.
Did you
kill their cat? I didn't.
You say you didn't kill the cat. You might have been partly responsible because you were there dressed as a cat when it happened. It might have been the driver of the truck.
I wasn't dressed as a cat.
Has looked over and gone, size of that cat. Meanwhile, the little cat crossing the road has gone, is that your mummy? Those two incidents combined, you've killed little Jennifer, to give her full name.
No, just either that or it was a hit aimed for you, and the description given was, looks a bit like a cat.
Did you pick the cat up and take it to the neighbours, or did you just point to the cat and say, that's where your cat is? No.
I didn't pick it up.
What happened when they answered the door? Talk us through that conversation, because that must have been very awkward.
Had you still, at this point, not remembered that your face was painted like that?
No, I didn't realise until after I told them, and then I went home and went, I just had to tell so-and-so.
So they've opened the door. Can you remember anything about the first few words of that conversation?
Well, it was very awkward. I've never had to do that before. So I said...
Meow!
They said hello in a sort of cheery, maybe he's come round for some sort of jolly reason.
Well, no one gave him that impression.
And I said, I'm really sorry, but I'm afraid that I've just seen Jenny get run over.
And they said...
What?
What did they say then? Oh, sorry, you're acting.
They said what?
I thought you were asking me, sorry. I genuinely thought you didn't understand the question, but you were in character, sorry.
Yeah. If we get to a point where you're asking questions I don't understand, something has happened.
The regulars like that
one. And they said, thank you very much for telling us. And then I went back into my house, I live next door, and...
Did you go through the front door or back? When you realised you had your makeup on still at home?
My wife pointed out to me. I came home and I said, oh, this dreadful thing's just happened. And my wife said, you know that you've still got your face painted like a kitten? And I said, oh, no.
Did you and your wife look at each other in shock and just feel terrible, or did you both instantly start laughing?
She laughed immediately.
She's an awful woman, though.
No, you're not. Ignore the Irish man.
You're the best female truck driver in the world. You all right, Miles? You know what that is? Furballs.
So what are you thinking, Lee? Does this have the ring of truth for you?
Amelia, what do we think?
I think it's a total lie.
Do you? Not
Do you?
even an ounce of truth in this?
Not for me.
It's going round to the neighbours, and you haven't really actually told us anything about the neighbours. You haven't talked about who it was who answered the door and how you then got to talk to them.
Oh, right, well, Paul answered the door.
Paul. And Paul is married too.
Paul is not married.
Oh, but you did say them. You told them that their cat had died.
Yeah, there are a number of ways in which people cohabit.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe
I
it?
don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
Are we going to say
Say
lie?
lie.
Says lie.
OK. Miles, truth or lie?
Oh, ye of little... It's a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Miles didn't have to tell his neighbour their cat had been run over while his face was painted like a kitten. So please welcome this week's special guest, Zazzy. So, Miranda, we'll start with you. How do you know Zazzy?
This is Zazzy, and we once had a trial together for a professional ladies' football team, but we didn't make the grade.
There we are, Miranda's footballing friend. Lee, how do you know Zazzy?
This is Zazie. I once cut off her ponytail on the school bus, thinking she was my mate Paul.
Right, Lee's short-haired schoolmate. Nick, what's your relationship with Zazzy?
Zazzy, my neighbour's daughter, she offered to mend my computer and inadvertently emailed to everybody in my address book a picture of my big toe.
So there we have it. Miranda's failed footballer, Lee's cropped classmate, or Nick's accidental emailer. David?
So, Miranda, what was the professional football team you tried out for?
It was for QPR Rangers. No, QPR.
QPR. So, what age were you?
About sort of early 20s.
Early 20s? So isn't that quite old to be breaking into professional football?
You haven't seen QPR play, have you?
What position did you play?
Well, we were just sort of tipping up. And seeing.
So just seeing...
Can you imagine if this is what she'd have done on the day?
A lot of happy memories of your footballing past, obviously.
You'd be very good at the team talk.
Yeah.
We were just hoping that they'd see us and say, oh, you're a defender.
So you...
I don't know why I'm finding this so funny.
Had you, when you turned up to try out, had you ever played football before? You thought if football's probably not a thing that involves practice, you've either got it or you haven't. I'll wait until I'm 23. I'll turn up at QPR and they'll probably let me in the team, and there I am, sorted. That's what you thought.
We played a bit at university. I'm actually crying.
Oh, so you had played?
We played a bit at university, sort of mucked about, and we thought, hey, you know, we're quite good.
Just you and Zazie playing, or were there other people in this team?
We had some male friends who were like really into football, and we lived with them. And we one day, probably, you know, trying to impress, said, we'll come and play football with you. And so
they were thrilled.
So you went...
And they said, hey, you've got some skills in it.
OK. So, Nick, what went wrong with your computer? What was...
Running slow. Grindingly slow.
And why didn't you contact someone, you know, a proper computer person?
No,
or maybe she is a proper computer person who happens to be your neighbour's daughter.
Very simply, because we know them very well. I know that she did a computer course at university. And why would I go out and spend a fortune when Zazie can come in for a tenner?
And why was there a picture of your big toe on this computer?
No, one of the issues was it obviously was clogged up with stuff and I needed it purged. And I told her that there were various folders that needed to go. My medical folder had to be deleted. A number of other folders I had to get rid of. My doctor is in London. We live in the country. I had had a very, very nasty accident, stubbed my toe, heavy bruising, the threat of a lost nail, and I thought that I would email it to the doctor, and he would then email back advice. Anyway, that was some time ago, and I wanted it now deleted. And, of course, she wasn't quite as good at her computing skills as I had hoped she was, or indeed that she had claimed.
You are terrifying.
No. I don't like to say this in front of her, but she had been drinking. And she pressed the email thing, and 700 people, including business contacts, serious people, were emailed a picture of this battered toe.
Including Sir Alan Sugar?
Yes.
He was the
first. He received a picture of your toe.
He sent one back of his.
So it was actually quite a bruising experience because people didn't find it at all funny.
Lee, yes. You pronounce Zazie's name Zazie.
That's the kind of guy I am. I'm a maverick.
And you were at school with Zazie?
Well, I was, yes. And before it's pointed out, I was in a different year, yes.
OK. How much older?
I think there was about 4 years difference.
Right.
But you cut off Zazie's ponytail.
Can I just point out, we weren't actually at the same school. I should get that in, really. We were on we call it the school bus. It wasn't a school bus that was only for school children. It was the bus I got to school.
So you went,
it was a public bus. And she was a child who didn't know on the bus.
Starts to sound like a court case, David. Can you back off?
And you attacked her head with a sharp object.
I didn't attack her. I did not attack a child.
You mistook a child's head for the head of one of your friends.
Yeah, I was about 15. She was, I don't know what she was, but she looked
3.
She looked
Why did you want to cut off Paul's ponytail?
Well, Paul's ponytail I've always found a little bit annoying. I mean, let's face it, have you ever seen a ponytail on a man and not wanted to cut it off?
It's still a bit of a step to actually have a go, isn't it? Because after all, it's up to people how they have their hair. It's not up to you, is it, Lee?
Trust me, David, if it was up to me, you wouldn't be having your hair like that.
Yeah. Likewise.
Thank you.
Was Paul somewhere else on the bus?
Yes, Paul was sat next to me and he went, hey, go over there and cut my hair off. And I felt, what are you doing? It's quite... All right, Paul, stay there, I'll do it now.
So
I was a gullible fool.
This is an environment in which you don't know Paul's on the bus at all.
No. Paul, I
you
don't
just see the back of a little girl and go, there's Paul! Where are my scissors? I thought you might know Paul was somewhere on the bus, and then you see the ponytail, and you've only got a moment, quick snip. You don't even know Paul's there. You're just seeing ponytails and snipping away, despite the fact that Paul is apparently wearing a little dress.
So David, what are you thinking here?
I'm slightly inclined to believe Lee. What do you think about Miranda's story about the football trial? That very much came to life, didn't it?
You certainly seem to know a lot about football, so I was impressed with that. I think it might be Nick and his suppurating toe.
Emailing of the toe. And what about you, Jack?
I reckon it's Nick.
And what about you, David?
Well, I don't know. I'm stuck. Okay. But my two teammates agree, so I'm happy to go along with that.
You're saying that it's Nick. And it's the toe, and it's the email.
Yeah.
Zazzy, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Zazzy, and Miranda and I once tried out for a professional football team.
Yes, Zazzy did try out for a ladies' professional football team with Miranda. Thank you very much, Zazzy.
Whenever I'm in a situation where I don't know what to do, I ask myself the question, what would Cliff Richard do?
Lee's team.
Right, give me an example. Say you don't know if you're going to go on a skiing holiday or a summer holiday. What would you do in that
situation? Well, I say to myself, what would Cliff do?
Why Cliff Richard as well?
I just think because he's someone that lives his life in a way that I believe we should all aspire to. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely.
So tell me this: what was the last dilemma you had where the Cliff Richard thing helped?
Well, you go to Pret, and as ever, the queuing's a complete disgrace. And you think, what would Cliff Richard do? Well, I walk out.
When did you first let Cliff into your life?
In a way, I feel more like I've been let into his.
So, have you got a lot of Cliff's albums?
Yes.
Well, I think you know where this is going, Miles. Of all the albums, all of them, I just want one album. That's all I want.
Greatest Hits Volume 2.
So what do you think, Lee? Is it the truth?
What do we say to that, Amelia? Do you think there's any truth in that?
I don't think we can possibly.
Not even entertain the notion?
No.
As entertaining as the notion may be.
Yeah.
Say
Say lie.
Say lie.
OK. Miles, truth or lie?
This is actually a lie.
Last year, whilst house-sitting for friends, I had to shout for help for 2 hours when I got stuck in their children's Wendy house.
David, what do you think of that?
Right, so where was the Wendy house?
In their garden.
Was there bait in the Wendy house?
There was cake and I had to have it. No, I actually thought this looks fun. I'm going to go and have a little look.
You were supposed to be looking after the children?
No, I was house-sitting.
Oh, you're house-sitting,
yes.
right.
The Wendy house specifically, or the actual house?
The actual house.
Oh, the actual house.
What was it made of?
Wooden structure.
It was a shed. A wooden structure in a garden is called a shed, not a Wendy house.
It was smaller than a shed. It was a little house made of wood.
So it looks very inviting. You open a little door, crawl in.
Yeah.
Then what happens?
Then I shut the door and think, oh, this will be fun.
Right.
I know I'm going across a bit weird now. I go to the little door, and there's one of those latchy things, which doesn't work. And then, so I think, well, I'll just push it. And you see, it got stuck to the concrete on the bottom.
Right.
And I could not push it.
Well, that's quite sad.
So it was...
It was a very...
You're like a very posh Chilean miner.
So what? So you shouted for 2 hours?
Yeah.
What did you shout?
Help me!
I think she shouted. Recipes?
Who saved you in the end?
The neighbours.
And how did they manage to open the door?
They got a little saw and sawed around the latchy bit.
How? An episode of Tom and Jerry.
How do you do that? How do you get a saw in there?
It was one of those ones.
Jigsaw.
Yeah,
it's a jigsaw.
So it has a thing that initially penetrates and then cuts laterally.
There is...
Jigsaw. Have you ever thought of advertising for B&Q? You'd be the perfect voice. Are you looking for something that does that, then penetrates laterally? B&Q.
Which way are you leaning on this?
So are we leaning towards a lie?
Yeah, but I slightly wanted it to be true because I think it's a funny image of Miranda being stuck screaming in a Wendy house.
I'm not buying it, I'm afraid.
Let's say it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. OK, Miranda, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Whilst on holiday in South Africa, I had a 2-minute conversation with what I thought was my wife, only to discover that a small hippo had wandered into the bedroom.
David's team. What do you make of that?
Miles, describe your wife to us.
Tall, slender, statuesque.
So did the hippo have a very similar voice to your wife?
The hippo was just sort of moving gently around.
They're known for that.
Not in an especially close proximity.
What was the conversation about, and how did you go 2 minutes?
I'll tell you what the conversation was about. It was about me, and I was doing most of the talking, which obviously contributed to my confusion.
Where, in fact, was your wife?
I don't know where she was. She was just not...
Have you ever seen your wife again?
So where were you? I'm guessing that this is a safari scenario, am I right?
It was sort of on the outskirts of Cape Town.
Describe the nature of the structure you were in.
Right.
Is it a building? Is it on the 4th floor of a... Did the hippo have to get in a lift?
OK, well, it's mainly bungalows. The resort is a collection of sort of bungalow buildings, largely A-frame wooden buildings with a kind of thatch roof.
Why were the doors so big a hippo could get in?
Well, it's a small hippo, isn't it?
How small is a small hippo? Like a George from Rainbow, or...?
That yay big.
So the hippo was only that big?
Yeah.
It's about the size of a Labrador.
Well, let's be clear. Is that its width or its length?
That is its width, as viewed from behind, and I suspect from the front.
This is worse. Your wife's like the back end of a hippo.
This A-frame bungalow has how many rooms in it?
It's got 2 rooms. At one end, there's a big bathroom, and then there's the rest of it is a very big open-plan bedroom, and it has a sort of seating area in the middle of it, and it has a bed at the far end, a very robust bed, and...
Bed you could make love to a hippo on?
That is speculation, but I wouldn't bet against it.
OK, we're in the bungalow, OK?
I'm in the ensuite end.
Yes.
OK. And I'd been shaving and then, you know, shouting over my shoulder. And I realised after a while, I'm not getting a lot back here. And I turned round and I saw that I had not been moaning about my career to my wife, but to a baby hippo.
How long was this baby hippo?
Well, I only saw it from the back, but I imagine, statistically, it'd be, what, probably 3 times as long as it was wide?
OK. So broadly, so it was a sort of as long as this desk?
Nobody measures
or
animals by width.
Well, you
do.
do.
Oh, I saw a massive snake. It was this big.
So what are you going to say? Is he telling the truth?
I think based on the width, it's a lie.
I think that was a panicked reach for width.
On the basis of the panicked reach for width. I think we'll say it's a lie.
You're going to say that's a lie? OK. Miles, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
It is a lie.
So please welcome this week's special guests, Robert and Will. So, Claire, what are Robert and Will to you?
This is Robert and Will. They do my garden, and to avoid the embarrassment of me ever getting them mixed up, I call them both Barry.
OK. Lee, how do you know Robert and Will?
This is Robert and Will. I once used them to convince an audience I could teleport people.
And finally, Miranda, your relationship with Robert and Will?
This is Robert and Will. I was a judge at the Identical Twins of the Year award, and they came third, but we had to disqualify them because it turns out they were 2 of triplets.
Wow. There we have it. So, Claire's green-fingered Barrys, Lee's teleporting twosome, or Miranda's cheating triplets. David, where'd you begin?
Explain the rationale behind the Identical Twins of the Year awards.
Well, I have to say, when I was asked to come along and judge, I was a little confused, but I think there's a sort of magazine or trade magazine, or it's part, or there was some...
A trade magazine? What's the trade?
Twins!
For the marketing of twins.
Twins.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've actually heard of the competition, yes. There is a competition to do with twins.
What do they have to do in the competition?
Well, there's the physical look-alike thing, like how much they look alike.
OK.
Right.
And then they also do kind of games like Mr. and Mrs. type games, so it's a personality thing as well.
How did they do? Did they win, or...?
No, they came third, but they were then disqualified.
What? Oh, because of the triplets thing?
Yeah. And we did see a third, but I didn't see it, but apparently there's a third one.
So the triplet turned up to this event?
Yes!
That's not exactly Moscow rules, is it?
The third one was picking them up to take them home. And was seen.
Claire, Robert and Will are your gardeners, and you call them both Barry. Isn't that a bit of sort of an affront to their individuality?
No, because the first time I did it, I said, would you like a cup of tea, Barry, love? And as soon as you put love on the end of it, they're fine with it. They just smiled and a cup of tea, and they were fine. And do you know, a lot of... when sound engineers work a lot on outside broadcasts, they all call each other Percy. They all call each other Purse, and so they call me Purse as well, and I call them Purse, and I called them Barry.
Yeah. Why?
Because they work with so many different people, they can't actually remember everyone's names.
Are you sure they're not trying to mug you?
Purse!
Purse!
Those nails, they're very clean for gardeners, aren't they?
Well, I hope they've had a bath before they've come tonight.
No, but they are pristine, beautiful, soft hands. I'm not coming on to you.
Richard, if you want to go and have a look, you can.
Thank you very much. I'd love to do that.
You're not allowed to touch, but you can look.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a look, Dale? Would you like to?
Not particularly.
Really?
I will go on then.
I'm now not as attracted to these hands as I once was. There's actually some dirt under the nails.
All right. Don't touch, Dale. Just
Could
look.
you turn them over?
I feel I should have a look as well, or it'll look unconscientious.
This here looks like it actually... That could be the remnants of soil.
They're not very big, so...
You know what your gardener's hands look like?
I don't know.
Unlike everyone else here, apparently, I don't have a gardener. I know you probably expect I'd have about 9.
What did you think of what you saw there, Richard? How did the hands rate for you?
That's actually really thrown me a little bit now, and I sort of slightly regret going over there, to be honest.
What did they look like?
Well, from this distance, they're beautiful, pristine, manicured hands, and actually close up, there's some dirt under the nails.
I hope to God these poor fellas are gardeners. They're not, by the way.
Lee.
Yeah.
Now...
You're going to bother going through this one, are you?
What was this particular show? You were trying to pretend to the audience that you were able to teleport people.
Correct.
Was it a stage show or TV show?
Was it a stage show or a TV show?
Oh, that's funny. Are you an interpreter of Dale?
I thought you'd said it. I'd missed it, so I was asking my team captain.
So what's your friend saying, David?
What was it, a stage show or a TV show?
OK, it was a stage show.
And where was it on?
It was on at the Hackney Empire.
And when was it on?
It was on in the mid-90s.
And what was it called?
It was a new act competition for new people, and I thought I'll do a magic trick because it'll impress everyone.
Yeah, make up for the comedy. What you say at the end? I'm sorry, everyone, but I can't teleport.
Talk me through the act. What did you do?
Good. Magic circle, love. Magic circle.
Right.
Can't tell you anything.
Okay, so what's the illusion we're supposed to be seeing?
So I'm not going to tell you how I did it. It's a magic circle. You're not going to say how you made it look as if you teleported.
Oh, no.
Oh, I see. You're very wise. We'll never...
I'm not giving away my secrets on television.
So go on, Lee. What did you do? You're there on the stage. The audience are enwrapped.
So I come on and I bring someone out of the audience and then I put them in a box at one side of the stage, or in a cupboard, actually. I put them in a cupboard. And then I do a bit of the showbiz magic.
Yeah.
Said a few words, not remember now. Might have been Alakazam. And then do the side, and then I open up a box, and out comes the first person who's gone in. Out the other. Well, it looks like that.
Yeah.
But clearly, he was already in the box. And he sits down, and the audience give me a big round of applause. So that's actually quite good. And he goes and sits down in the seat.
So you've done the teleport thing. Then what do you do?
Straight into the levitation. I'm not an idiot.
Actually, as a technique for a magic trick and trying to make it look as though someone's magicked across the room, it's actually quite clever using identical twins.
Do you still do it in the act, though?
Don't tell me, tell the judges that night.
Well, how did you do?
Awful. Came third. Turns out I was a triplet.
Right, we need an answer. So, David's team. Are Robert and Will Claire's green-fingered Barrys, Lee's teleporting twosome, or Miranda's cheating triplets?
What do you think, Dale?
I think it's Lee. I think he's telling the truth.
OK, Richard, what about you?
I don't believe Lee, and they had a bit of soil on their hands. I think the gardeners.
David, what about you?
I don't think Lee did a random magic trick at the beginning of his tryout spot at the Hackney Empire in 1995. Maybe he did, but I don't believe it. So I think I agree with Richard. I think it's Claire.
You think it's Claire?
Yeah.
OK, here we go. Robert and Will, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Robert. I'm Will, and Lee tried to convince an audience that he could teleport.
Yes, Lee used Robert and Will to convince an audience he could teleport someone. Thank you very much, Robert and Will. Which brings us to our final round, quick-fire lies. We start with... It's Miranda.
I once embarrassed myself in front of the local vicar at Christmas.
Is that it?
Vague, isn't it?
Is that all we're getting?
Well, no, we can get more. What happened?
Well, it was Christmas, and the vicar had to come round to my aunt and uncle's, where I was having Christmas. The sort of drinks, I think. I went to sit next to him and sat on the edge of a sofa. And as I sort of sat back like that, I broke enormous wind.
And did he say anything?
He sort of He's here! No, I don't think he did, which is what made it so funny for me.
Why did you go over to sit next to the vicar to start with?
Because I think my sister was there, and I thought, oh no, she's been lumbered with the vicar. And I thought, oh, she might need some conversational help.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Which I sort of provided.
What direction was the vicar at this point?
I don't know if he was down or upwind, but he was involved.
Miranda,
I mean, he could.
you saw his hair move.
I think actually what I did was...
That is a great image.
I think I burst out laughing, did one of those laugh spits.
Laugh spits? So having farted at the man, you then spat on him?
You know when you go... So it was like...
So what do you think, David? What are you going to say?
Miranda, the way you told the story at the beginning, I couldn't work out. You had a lot of pauses in there. Was that for effect, or were you thinking it up as you went along? And I think probably worth it, making it up as you went along. So I think it's probably a lie.
Dale, what do you think?
Miranda is like one of those fabulous people in the world who's uninhibited with no... Am I right? You're kind of like, oh, what the heck, I don't care.
My face is a mask.
So you think it's true, you think it's a lie?
Yeah.
I'll say I think it's true.
You think it's true? OK, Miranda. True?
It is actually true.
I was once dumped on an aeroplane.
I have just signed a publishing deal for my gritty debut crime novel featuring the exploits of detective duo Nice and Spicy.
Is it hyphenated Nice and Spicy?
Oh, no, there's a duo. One is called Nice. Jeremy Nice.
Did you think there was only one of them called Nice and Spicy? Hello, I'm Detective Inspector Nice and Spicy.
Detective Inspector Nice and Spicy and his partner, who has no name at all.
It's a duo. Jeremy Nice, Ian Spicy.
So you sat down with a blank piece of paper and you came up with Nice and Spicy.
Well, there's a backstory, because
OK.
Jeremy, when it starts, he's quite sad because the person he worked with, Mark Cheap, died.
So it used to be Nice and Cheap?
Yeah, that's right.
What sort of men are they, Miles?
Well, Jeremy is incredibly tall, and Ian is incredibly short.
Right.
And that means they're one of the few people on their force that are given a police car with a sunroof.
Have you written a book before?
Yeah.
What was your other book called?
Other books.
How many books have you written?
Well, this is the third. So the two, if you want me to do all the maths for you.
What?
Presumably you do.
It's funny, isn't it? Because a lot of people with an Oxbridge education, they can come across as condescending and a little bit... And yet you somehow carry off beautifully, Miles.
This is because I don't have an
It's
Oxbridge
funny.
education.
Because a lot of... Oh, you don't have an Oxbridge education? What do you have?
Just an accent.
And what's this one called again?
It's called Blood in the Water.
Oh.
What's the plot of Blood in the Water?
Well, I'll tell you how it begins. I'm not
Nasty urinary tract infection.
No, I don't want to tell you too much of the plot. That's
Oh,
the whole
okay.
point of a whodunit.
Don't worry, I'm not buying it.
Or I'll say a
In fact, I've got a feeling nobody's buying it.
So, what do you think?
Definitely. I think it's a lie, Annika. Do you think it's a lie?
I think it's a lie, personally.
You think it's a lie?
Yeah.
Liz?
I think it's a lie.
I'll say a lie.
Right, Miles, it sounded lovely. Was it true or was it a lie?
It is, in fact, a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Miles hasn't written a novel about the detective duo Nice and Spicy.
As a child, my mum got so fed up with me wandering off, she made me wear a bell around my neck whenever we went shopping.
Beastie.
Was she a cow?
I'm not sure that Miles's mother being a cow would explain it, because I don't think it's the cow's own policy to wear the bells.
So, first of all, how bad were you at wandering off? Was this a regular thing?
I wouldn't stay still. Any sort of open space I would see as a thing to run towards rather than...
So what shopping centres were you going to that was such wide spaces to run in?
I suppose Brent Cross Shopping Centre would have been our regular haunt. But
OK.
What age was this?
I would have been about probably 4 till the age of 7.
And when you were in infant school, every time you went out to the playground, did everyone think it was playtime over and straight back in again?
It was only done on family outings.
Only done on shopping days.
Shopping
OK.
days.
And is it a traditional bell with the little thing inside that clanks
what does
against
it look
the...
like?
Like a sort of cat's bell, essentially.
But hang on, there's one massive problem here. A cat is on all fours and the bell dangles. The bell is going to be touching your body and it won't dangle. Discuss.
Well, she attached it to a part of me that dangled.
What was the furthest you ever got? What were you searching for?
I hope it wasn't sparrows, because you'd never get them.
So in Brent Cross terms, I once got from John Lewis to Phoenix.
That's very nice. Miles, could I ask you to tell me how big the bell was, but accurately?
I suppose 3/4 of the size of a ping-pong ball.
Hang on.
And was it a sphere or bell-shaped?
Any bell, by definition, is bell-shaped.
What do you think, Sarah?
It sounds a bit draconian, you know, a bell round your child's neck.
Yeah, I think it would be a terrible failing of parenting, so not for me.
It's just not a system that works. If
No.
you've drifted into a Morris dance area, then you're going to have a panic attack.
Yeah.
That's what you'd have in the horror film version of your life, where you run off and then your mother's desperately looking for you, and then suddenly she sees a load of Morris dancers, and it totally confuses
Lots
the
of
system.
close-ups
It'd be
of grinning Morris
horrifying
dancers.
moment. Oh, the Morris dancers, the Morris dancers! I can't hear Miles' little tinkling bell.
Well, you could be describing any Saturday of my childhood.
So what are you going to say, Lee?
We're not having it.
They're not having
We're
it.
not having
They're
this.
saying it's a lie. Miles, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
That was a lie.
So please welcome this week's special guest, Lucy. So, Sam, what is Lucy to you?
So this is Lucy, and last year her pig delivered my Christmas card.
Miles, how do you know Lucy?
This is Lucy. I know Lucy. When I had to have an intimate medical examination, I inadvertently brought her with me.
David, what is your relationship with Lucy?
This is Lucy. Together, we discovered that I have the hearing of a rat.
So, Lee, where do you want to start?
I'll start with Sam. How do you know this lady?
She lives in my village, or where I used to live.
OK. And is she a farmer?
Yes.
Right. Did her pig deliver your Christmas card from her, or did her pig deliver your Christmas card to somebody else?
No, her pig delivered the Christmas card that was for me to me.
To you?
Yeah.
Anybody want to say the joke or not?
Did the pig have it in its little snout? Because if it did, wouldn't it have got very wet? Because pig snouts are very wet.
Are they?
Yes.
You never kissed a pig? Very wet.
Oh, yes.
It actually takes a while to get used to.
So, you know, like you get a little dog, a little harness. Little harness.
Oh, the Christmas card harness.
It is a harness, like you would have a lead on a dog, and the cards were there.
Slid under the harness.
Yeah.
How far is your house from her house?
About 2 miles.
2 miles.
But the pig hasn't walked 2 miles. The pig has been driven to the village, and then off the pig trots. And I was doing it's Christmas, right, dinner.
Is this Christmas Day?
Yes.
It's a bit late for Christmas cards, Christmas Day.
Well, that's why they have
we
to
did that
resort to
kind of
delivery
village.
by pig.
I'm washing the pots, looking out the window. Really lovely day, beautiful, beautiful. And I see Barry, the pig.
Barry?
Barry, the pig is called Barry.
So you'd met Barry before?
Yeah, everyone knows Barry. Barry goes to the pub and everything. And so Barry's...
I hope he doesn't have the port scratchings.
Oh, that's horrible. That's really horrible.
It's like that going, sounds like my brother Pete, this.
Awful. No, anyway, so he's toddling along, and I'm like, oh, I hope he's all right. So I go out to check he's all right.
Could you just talk us through how you did that again?
Where did the pig go after you'd taken the cow?
I picked Pig up because he's only little, pot-bellied pig.
I think I've read recently that there's no such thing as a miniature pot-bellied pig. All there is little pigs that are young. I know a rescue centre that takes loads of pigs because people have sold them as pot-bellied pigs and they're not.
You have to be careful with that, though, because they can grow to be really enormous and people think they're really cute and little and all the rest of it.
Yeah, but that's the same with kids, isn't it?
OK. Who would you like to question next?
Sorry, Miles, can you remind me?
Yeah, when I had to have an intimate medical examination, I inadvertently brought Lucy with me.
OK. Tell us about the medical examination.
Right, well...
Whereabouts on your body?
Yeah.
Well, it was an intimate medical examination, so already I suspect your options are limited.
I'm going to go in the bottom area.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've got to choose front or back.
This reminds me of the conversation we had the first time we met.
Yeah.
Was it back?
So,
it was back.
It was back.
Yes,
it was the back.
Back bottom.
Basically, I was working,
Yes.
and then when I got to work, I felt ill.
Right.
And so I needed to go to hospital.
There was pains down below?
Yes. And Lucy, very kindly, rang NHS Direct for me.
Right, who is Lucy?
Why?
Lucy was a colleague.
What situation were you in at this time?
So I was rehearsing a play.
OK, and is Lucy an actor?
No, Lucy is... she does the technical stuff. She's a stage manager.
This could be true, because I don't think Miles was quite sure what she does for a living.
No.
I don't know, but when I say cappuccino, it arrives.
And so the NHS Direct said, right, you need to go to the nearest hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that Lucy came with me to the hospital is because the thing that I was rehearsing was a play that only had me in. And so Lucy was told to go with me so that we could run the lines.
What was the play?
It was a one-man play that I was in.
The Downpipe Blues.
It was called... it was called The Life I Lead.
So what happens? You get to the hospital.
So we go to the hospital, and we're sitting in the waiting room, and someone comes and says to us, because we're sitting next to each other, can you come in now? So we just do as we're told, and we get up and we go in. So I thought that must be what's meant to happen. They spoke to both of us.
That's the problem with having the same word for you singular and you plural. We should go back to thou.
So we went in, and the doctor, she says, I've got to examine you, so what you need to do is take your pants and your trousers off, get up onto that bed there, turn onto your side so your back is facing me. And I went, OK, and at that point, Lucy went, I really don't think I'm meant to be in here. and the doctor, she said, no, it's absolutely fine for partners to be here. And she went, I'm not his partner, I'm his colleague. And that's when Lucy left the room and the examination reached its very happy conclusion. Yeah.
Now, what about David? Just remind us, David.
This is Lucy, and together we discovered that I have the hearing of a rat.
Oh, yeah. How did this get discovered?
Well, in our house, we were wondering for some time if there might be some mice about. I'd seen a mouse outside, and I think my wife had sort of wondered whether she'd sensed some scurrying, but it was
You weren't
probably...
staying at Disneyland, were you? It wasn't a 7-foot person with a French accent again, was it?
Yes. Anyway, I then went away for a couple of days for work,
OK.
which I occasionally get. I then returned home late one night and went into the kitchen, and I could hear a distinct, high-pitched... And I went out of the kitchen, and it stopped. And I went into the kitchen, and I could hear it. And I thought, is there something wrong with me, other than the usual? And I wonder, is it something weird that the fridge is doing? Or the wine fridge? Yes, we're doing OK. or the dishwasher. It's like a dream come true. Anyway, I'm not sure. I asked my wife about it, and it turns out she's bought something which is a plug-in mouse-scaring noise machine. And it was the frequency that was being emitted by this plug-in machine.
And it should be inaudible to humans?
Should be inaudible to humans.
And where does Lucy come into this story?
Well, I mentioned it to my doctor, and they said I should have a hearing test because it's an unusual thing, and I wouldn't want to only hear things that rats and mice could hear. So I went to have my ears tested by Lucy.
Nothing else, though? I mean, if the dog whistle went off in the park, would you hear it?
Well, I don't know. I heard that. I don't know what frequency that was.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah,
did you hear anything? Did you hear it? I didn't hear anything.
No, there was a little sort of rodenty sneeze there that Rob did, which probably only I can hear. I like to think it's a superpower, really.
All right, we need an answer. Lee's team, is Lucy Sam's farmyard friend, Miles's checkup chum, or David's ear expert?
It's Miles for me, Lee.
Miles?
Yeah, because I have so many problems with my bottom, yeah, that I walk into the doctor's surgery like this, and he just says, "Hello, Mr. Mortimer."
You say it's Miles.
For me, yeah.
Have you had similar examinations?
Every single week.
What about you, Sarah? Who are you going to say?
Oh, Sam.
Sam for you. I'll go Miles.
You say it's Miles?
I think it might be Miles.
OK. Lucy, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Lucy, and Miles took me to his intimate examination.
Yes, Lucy is Miles's checkup chum. Thank you very much, Lucy.